Now this is to Weston Letson, and as well as Amy S. Now, here is an image of the Western depiction of Christ. The dove is symbolizing Holy Spirit, which is fine, which is acceptable among the canons. And then there is this. Who is that? The Western Church says that's the Father. Now, I make paintings of pagan gods. I have one of Minerva. I have this Aztec one. I have Quetzalcoatl. I made one of Quetzalcoatl. But now I understand that during the Renaissance, the artwork was not really used for iconography. It was just artwork, but it still adorns many churches. But me making, this one's on the Sistine Chapel. Me painting pagan deities that I don't worship or anything. It's just art, right? But there's one thing that we cannot do. We cannot depict the uncreated. Now, reunion with Rome, or I'll just Old Calendar first. Old Calendar is fine. Many Orthodox churches are in communion with each other, and some are on one calendar, some are on the other, but we all celebrate Pascha on the same day. It's Julian versus Gregorian. It's not a huge deal. Of course, all the schismatic Taliban-like Orthodox, or they call themselves the true Orthodox, but they're not in communion with anybody, are all Old Calendarists. But I have no problem with the Old Calendar. In fact, most of the Oriental Orthodox are on the Old Calendar. But filioque aside, patron primacy aside, all of these images, these go against the Second Council of Nicaea, the Seventh Ecumenical Council. Now, Weston, I think that Weston Letson. Are you telling me that the Roman Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church is going to declare the last nearly 1,000 years, over 900 years of Latin Rite Roman Catholic tradition, dogma and doctrine, to be blasphemy? Because the idea of systematic doctrine, dogma, and theology is rejected by the church. The introduction of scholasticism, again I say, you'd have to get rid of all of Anselm and all of Aquinas. I did look up transubstantiation. It is doctrinal and dogmatic. It is dogmatic. It's a dogma of the church. As for the Unions, or the Byzantine Rite Eastern Catholics, as they call themselves, they have been changed by the Latin Church, the Latin West. They were promised that there would be no changes, but there are some cases where instead of a picture of the bishop, they just have a picture of the Pope. Now, how on earth is somebody going to say, I agree with these 7 ecumenical councils, yet I will be in communion with somebody who explains the mystery of the Eucharist, who denies a baptized child the Eucharist and does not consider them a full member of the church, confirmed in the church, who makes images of the Father? Think about that, making an image of the Father. which has been strictly forbidden. I mean, it's on the Sistine Chapel, for crying out loud. Now, there is an image in the Orthodox Church where some people mistake it for being the Father, but it's actually Christ with a gray hair and gray beard, and it's Christ depicted as the Ancient of Days, and it says Yahon behind him with the cross. But the image of the Father. And you said purgatory is not doctrinal. Yes, it is. It wasn't done away with. Every single council, especially Trent, and Vatican I and II, but every single council since Second Nicaea in 787, you're saying that the papacy and all the bishops are willing to declare all of those anathema, as well as the Council of Florence, and destroy every image of the Father they made? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do that. And actually did not actually deny the Mass. Go back to the liturgy. Not the Tridentine Mass, but the one before it. The one that Hippolytus wrote about. This is a serious question. I'm not just trying to start an argument with you, but these are huge, not even hurdles. They're 17 feet thick iron walls that are unpenetrable. How would we be in union? The Roman Catholic Church has more in common with any Protestant group than it does with us because of the scholasticism, because of the systematic doctrine, dogma, and theology. I love the Roman Catholics. I think they're the closest. The good ones are the closest ones to the Orthodox. I love anybody who loves the Theotokos, but you'd have to deny the Immaculate Conception, except that Mary died. It's dogmatic that she didn't. Remember that the Immaculate Conception was set in stone as dogma in the 50s, and that she did not die but ascended alive into heaven. How would you get around that? This is a serious question. And I'll speak more to Sarah J in the next video. Peace to you.